Hey, how's it going guys? Tanner here. The LEGO Ninjago movie hits theaters tomorrow here in the US, and even though some people have already seen it, I have not. I was planning on seeing it tonight for my preferred Thursday night showtime, but this movie is not getting a Thursday night preview for some reason. And it's not just my theater, I think everyone has the same problem. But that's not the point. I have not yet seen the LEGO Ninjago movie, but I do plan on doing a few videos on it of course. In addition to the video that you are currently watching, I plan to do a full-on review of the movie as well as more videos, so make sure you look out for those when they come out. But for now, let me get into a few things that you need to know before watching the LEGO Ninjago movie. Just as a heads up, the categories in which I divide this video will also be the primary categories for my review. If you feel like I'm missing something, feel free to tell me in the comments, and I'll be sure to add it for the review. But for now, let's get right into it. The story of the LEGO Ninjago movie seems to be a fairly simple one. 6 teenagers are recruited by an old mysterious man to stop an evil warlord from destroying the city. Again, pretty simple. The LEGO Ninjago movie is 100% not the TV show, so don't expect any plot points from the animated series to appear in this movie. I mean, sure we'll get some variations on things, like the relationship between Lloyd and his father, but again, these properties are in completely separate universes. Speaking of Lloyd, he will be the main focus of this movie. The other 5 ninja are of course all present, but I feel like their screen time will be sacrificed for a closer look at the Garmadon family. This movie is of course focused on the father-son dynamic, which I really am looking forward to. Also, I cannot wait to see how the situation with the giant cat, of course otherwise known as Meowthra, will be resolved. Another thing that I'm really looking forward to is the high school aspect, which leads me into my next point. It seems to me like the LEGO Ninjago movie is taking a completely different route than the show in terms of tone. The ninja are now situated in a high school environment, which will drastically change the feeling of the movie and differentiate it from the show. Also, like the other movies in the LEGO cinematic universe, this movie will not stray away from comedy, which I will talk about more in a few minutes. But yeah, expect many more jokes and a more lighthearted feel than what we're used to from the Ninjago animated series. I also expect there to be less of a focus on the team as a whole and more on the character of Lloyd, but of course we get to talk about that a little bit more right now. When I say new ninja, I don't mean that we will be seeing new characters in the movie, but what I am saying is that the ninja in the LEGO Ninjago movie are not the same ninja that we know and love from the TV show. In fact, as mentioned earlier, they are much more comedic and less serious from what I've seen. I'm not saying that they don't express any deeper emotion, because we definitely see a few of them doing that, but I expect them to be a little bit more peppy. The only specifics I'm going to point out in this video are Cole being more laid back, Jay being a little less self-confident, Zane not really knowing anything, and Lloyd taking everything a lot less seriously. Again, these are only assumptions that I'm backing based on promotional material, but if anything is different in the actual movie, I will be sure to mention it in my review. Master Wu also seems to have a greater focus on teaching in this movie, but at the same time sticking to that comedic feeling. Garmadon is a character that a lot of early reviews are praising, and judging from the trailers and everything else, he seems to be very fun. I'll talk more about each of these characters once I've done my actual review, so let's move on to the next topic. As previously stated, this movie is a blend of action and comedy, much like the other 2 entries in the LEGO cinematic universe. From what I've seen in trailers, B-roll footage, and from early reviews, this movie is full of humor and jokes, which is expected, but apparently the good jokes were not featured in the trailer, which is a surprise. Normally comedies slip in all of their best jokes into the trailer to lure in audiences, so it's nice to see that the LEGO Ninjago movie is actually stepping away from that trend. Also, I get the sense that the voice cast will be responsible for much of that comedic appeal. In terms of action, this movie is said to be a nice blend of adventure and martial arts, which I can always appreciate. I don't watch a lot of martial arts movies, so this will be a nice refresher. Also, the LEGO movie style of comedy is something that I'm a really big fan of, so I think I'm in for a good time with this movie. However, I do need to remain a little skeptical due to a few other things. This is a warning for anyone who considers a review to be a spoiler, but I will be discussing a few things that early critical reviews are saying about the movie. Consider this a chance to click off the video now if you do not want to hear this. Anyway, the general consensus so far is that the LEGO Ninjago movie is decent, but has flaws. The flaws in particular are mostly stemmed from confused critics unaware with the subject matter. Okay, again, you don't need to study up on the TV show to understand the movie, because they're 2 separate things, but why don't they understand the movie? I don't know. I'm just gonna have to wait until the movie comes out so I can fully comprehend what these reviews actually mean. After the movie is finished and everyone has seen it, I predict that there will be a huge divide between fans of Ninjago and professional movie critics, but of course we'll just have to wait and see. So there you have it guys, a few things that you need to know about the LEGO Ninjago movie before you see it. The LEGO Ninjago movie is scheduled for release in the United States tomorrow, and you can be sure that I will be there to of course watch it and then present my review to you guys. So be sure that you are subscribed, you guys, because over the next couple of days there will be multiple LEGO Ninjago movie videos coming out on this channel. But besides that, that's pretty much all I have to say in this video. Thank you guys so very much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up rating, and as always, be sure to hit that subscribe button guys, because it really does mean a lot to me. Don't forget to leave a comment stating what you thought of the video itself or the subject matter, or if you just had a general comment, that's fine too. Thank you guys so very much for watching. My name is TannerFishies, and with that I bid you farewell.